right, everybody. Welcome in to June 17th. I hope you're doing great. Let's see where we go. This is a morning message. Messages for those watching, please. Let's see where we go. Deep breath, everybody. Deep breath. Next week, next Tuesday, we are doing a past life regression to focus on the spiritual path and most notably twin flame connections. If you're interested in figuring out what that is for you, that is a good place to be. There's a link below for that. Okay, so let's see where we go. Morning message, morning message, morning message. Okay. Uncovering treasure. Desert passage. Ascending the mountain. Keep going forward. So some of you may be in a place right now that after opening to your spiritual gifts or opening up to your own power, you may feel like you're in a bit of a lost place, okay? This does feel like to me like this is part of the journey, and you need to keep referring back to your touchstones, your spiritual gifts, your connection to your higher self. You need to not lose your way here, okay? By thinking you're doing something wrong. You're not doing anything wrong, okay? And it's just about, this is really about trusting that there's a divine plan, that you know that it does feel a little bit like, okay, am I out here by myself? Just keep going forward, all right? Just keep going forward. Let's see where we go. Five of Swords. I got this, you know, for those of you who watch my channel for a lot of time, you've probably heard me talk about, I do my own readings in the morning. Same thing, Five of Swords underneath. A lot of you are really in alignment with my own journey, so it's kind of interesting to hear you talk about things. Moon and Judgment, Knight of Cups, Five of Pentacles, Four of Wands, Empress, Ace of Swords, Nine of Swords, Death. Okay. So there's a big change here. It does feel like you've done some good stuff for yourself, or you are on the spiritual path, you are on your mission or on your calling, and you may feel like, I'm getting tested here because things aren't moving the way they should be. Who told you they should be moving in a certain way? Right? Things are, I'm going to do it this way today because this feels to me like feeling kind of out in the wilderness here. Since the eclipse energy, thinking, oh, it's going to get better, it's going to open up for me, I'm going to finally figure out what's going on. I feel like some of you may feel a little bit abandoned, okay, by the energies of what's going on. And no, here's the thing. What you're able to do with this is you're able to sort of peel back some layers and really get to the heart of truth for yourself. Get to the heart of your own journey. So you're peeling back some of these, some things are being exposed by your being in this place of having to trust that there's a divine plan. Some people's intentions, some 3D experiences. This is a little bit of a feeling of abandonment that, wait a second, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing, but I'm not really feeling the rewards of it or feeling the benefits of it. And I think that's a cause and effect kind of paradigm duality that is being put in place that doesn't really hold water. Okay, it's not that, you know, I do something good and I get a cookie, right? That's not really how the spiritual path works at all. Okay, there's no such thing as doing something good necessarily, because there's good and there's bad. There's this duality. If we're going to a place that is non-duality, then good and bad don't exist. It's only following your own truth and your connection to your higher self that exists. You're labeling it good or bad. You know, you could do something and someone else labels it bad, but you're labeling it good, right? It's not a thing that there's not an objective good or an objective bad. This is how we're labeling experiences. And you really label experiences based on the feeling you have when the experience happens. So some people can get up on stage and perform, you know, stand-up comedy and be heckled. There's plenty of people in this world who do stand-up comedy who think that's a huge win. And would probably be a lot more that would think, oh my God, that was horrifying, I'm never doing that again. But it's all in how you're labeling it, because the person who's getting heckled may have a little bit of a low vibration feeling about like some attention's better than no attention. That's pretty low vibration. Or, aha, I'm learning. I'm understanding what this person is saying to me. I'm not just rejecting it out of hand because they don't like me, right? I'm understanding what they're saying to me. And that is making my experience better because I'm learning. Okay? Same thing goes with relationships. If I'm having a relationship experience with someone and they push back at me and I'm like, ooh, that means they don't like me. That's a terrible experience. Or I'm learning. Okay? There's this movement away from duality so that things aren't labeled good or bad anymore. Things are not labeled at all. It's just an experience you have. When you get to this next level, when you move away from being stuck in the matrix, stuck in this experience, you move into a place of realizing that you're creating experience for yourself. You're able to work with the energy of the world and create experience for yourself. And it's all learning. Okay, it's all learning. So I feel like that's what's happening now, is you're coming into this place of like, oh, I'm suddenly getting it. All right, I'm suddenly getting it, that it's not about good or bad. And this is a way of removing abandonment fears. This is a good way of removing fear from your life. Because, you know, there's the type of fear that keeps us safe, putting your hand on a stove, right? Or not even fear, that's fight or flight. Fear is more about things that we've learned from other people telling us to be afraid of them. Yet, maybe that's holding me back in terms of my learning. Or maybe that, you know, like traveling the world by yourself with a backpack. There's plenty of people in the world that would be afraid of that. A lot of people would be afraid of that. And that experience for the person who is super confident in that, or it's a confidence building experience to do that. Either way, it's learning, right? It's learning. So now you get to that place of like, oh, I have been through something that is kind of difficult, feels abandonment, feels like someone who is talking behind my back or stabbing me in the back or manipulating me in some way. And I'm learning my own truth about that. I'm learning that, oh, that's something that I don't choose to create anymore. I'm graduating. I'm moving from that. And then I have like a, oh God, what if that means I'm not going to have any friends anymore? That's kind of frenemies, isn't it? But what does that mean for my future life? Does that mean I'm going to be all alone? Does that mean, right? What does that mean? So I feel like what's happening here in the future is there's going to be new experiences. There are going to be new people showing up and making, sort of wanting to be with you on this path, or you might be shedding people. Shedding experiences, moving away from these things because that's not really where you want to go, okay? And then you're picking up new people or new experiences because that's what you're creating. So you're definitely in the place of creation, okay? You're kind of birthing this experience, and then death comes in and makes a transformational moment, okay? There's transformational moment. I'm struck here. I know we're not really talking about relationships in a very basic kind of way, but this Emperor, Empress, and Eight of Wands toward the Nine of Pentacles, I feel like the confidence level that you get from doing these things that are outside of your comfort zone is bringing in a huge transformation for you. Okay, bringing in a huge transformation, even though, you know, do it even though it scares you, kind of a feeling. All right. And when I was talking about the solstice energy, I was talking about Jupiter in retrograde. I was talking about, yeah, especially Jupiter in retrograde, about doing things that are risky. And it's risky if it's entered into like the Fool. Zero preparation, no awareness, no wisdom. Okay. When you're doing things that are new, that have an underpinning of wisdom or have an underpinning of learning, like, oh, I'm learning from these things, and now I'm able to do some things that are, you know, I'm breaking the bounds of my comfort zone. Saturn square Uranus, I'm breaking the bounds, the boundaries of other people's stuff that they've told me is good or bad or scary or not scary. I'm really breaking through that. Then I'm getting true transformation. Okay? Because I'm no longer sitting in a box feeling afraid and being manipulated. I finally looked that in the face and been like, you're not so scary after all, because I'm learning from you. Okay? And then that confidence brings in these new experiences. You're not so scary after all, because I'm learning from you. I'm learning. So you might be dealing with a Cancerian, a Scorpio, a Taurus, a Libra, or an Aries. For some of you, I feel like this is a graduation. This is a graduation ceremony. We are in June after all. So graduating from this place of fear into this place of confidence by walking through this fire, okay? By walking through and seeing how abandonment or manipulation or toxic energy with other relationships or work or anything like that, what is around you in your 3D experience that has kept you in this duality, and now you can move beyond that because you're no longer in that space. So this may not be another person, it may be you balancing your masculine and feminine. This is divine union, so that then you can move forward in confidence. Wow. Interesting. There are some catalysts here. So I will look at those signs. Aries, Scorpio, Taurus, Libra, Cancer. If you're any of those signs, I'll get some more cards around those signs. Or if you're dealing with someone who's of those signs, we'll look at that too. If you want to continue on, if this reading resonated for you, the link is below. If you're on our membership group Pathfinder, the rest of the reading starts right now.